There was a saying that it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Um, it isn't, and it isn't. What the hard part is the life lessons the old dog has already learned that he knows he can count on, versus here's this new thing, and is it worth the risk of making a change to it, or is it worth the risk of going to this instead of this? I mean, it's true of everything in life.
Of course.
You trust what you know. That has proven itself.
It's hard to try something different because it's the unknown.
And it's also, you get older, for some people it can be hard to learn to build new memories. Like we've been talking about IT, learning new skill sets. I was fortunate that, like, even when I started my first job, one of the languages I had to learn, because it was great for doing statistical analysis on data and spitting out reports. It was called SAS. Now, SAS, as I understand, is still around, not in the way I learned it, but because of the way it worked, when I had to start, well, you don't know SQL, do you? Okay, it's a very popular language as far as querying a database. It's got a whole standard form about it. SQL was not hard for me to grasp because of my SAS learning. If I had not taken SAS, if I just went through the traditional programming method, SQL was harder to learn. So I've been fortunate to have been put in positions to have the capacity to learn new things, but that capacity is becoming more limited now. I do find myself now sometimes struggling for a word. I mean, names have always been elusive. I'll never forget your face. I can move from Louisville and see you again in 30 years and I'll recognize you. Might not remember your name. But now it's getting to where sometimes I'm trying to think of a person's name. I see their face. I know this person. Why can't I think of their name? Or the right word for something. You know, it's like, oh, you know, and it finally comes to me a couple of minutes later. But it concerns me, my memory's getting like that. I had an aunt, sweet lady. She was my mother's sister. She was also in the church. And she's been dead now for about 25 years. And she spent the last 3 years of her life in a nursing home. And her memory was going. And she clearly, you can come in, she could forget what she said 10 seconds ago. But she had all kinds of old memories she could tell you. But her short-term memory was terrible, you know. When did you get here, Isaac? You know, you've been standing right in front of her for 10 minutes or something like that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm headed that way. I don't know if I've got proteins building up my brains, you know, heading towards Alzheimer's.